Well, let's kick it off today. We've got some beautiful lemons, got some fresh dill we picked up at the markets. So we're going to do a little bit of a Gravlax style salmon. Just going to cure it for a couple of hours. Righto. So as you can see, dill's got a beautiful flavour. We're just going to roughly chop that up. And that'll penetrate into the flesh of the salmon itself. So we've got some beautiful Tasmanian salmon today. Just going to sprinkle that over a plate, just roughly. I've got some nice sugar, just some caster's fine. And you find that just really gives a bit of a sweetness to the dish. Obviously, it's a cured dish. Some salt to really give it that savoury flavour. And I'm just going to zest some lemons. So these are fresh off the back tree. Just in a circular motion, just take the zest off. You really want to avoid the lemon pith. If you can see any white coming through on the lemon, you've actually gone too far. It really gives a lot of bitterness to the dish. Okay, so once we've got this portioned out, we've got our tail bit that we're going to use to cure. So we'll take our Gravlax cure that we've done here. We're going to bring in a little bit more salt to it as well. So I'm just going to rest that in there. A little bit more salt. And just really pat that on. That will really infuse those flavours. And that can be set off to the side, and we'll leave that for about 2 hours. Cut the onion up. These little spring onions are in season at the minute. You find them really nice and fresh from Asian grocers, or even better to just pull them out of your back garden, very easy to grow. Just remove the roots. Particularly these baby ones, really nice and sweet, not too overpowering, and really soft texture as well. And I've got a nice pomegranate there. That's what we get. So basically you can squeeze some of the pomegranate seeds out. And a lot of the juice. And that's where a lot of the flavour is. You see, you can utilise just the end of a spoon to flick a lot of the seeds out, but you really want to avoid a lot of the husk that comes with it. A little bit of those, a little bit of the onion in there, a little bit of olive oil in there, and some rice vinegar. A little bit of seasoning. So just tearing some dill off into that pomegranate dressing. Just get those flavours to infuse. And then I'll set that off to the side just to macerate. We're going to just slice up some vegetables that we're going to use and pickle today. I'm going to use some fennel. I've got some button mushrooms, got a little bit of chilli, I'm going to have some carrot. I've got some golden shallot there, and we're going to utilise some aromatic ingredients in that pickle there. I find mushrooms have got a really nice texture when they're pickled. This will be a short pickling time, so we'll cut them quite thin. So we've got some nice bullet chilies as well, golden shallot, and the fennel. Yeah, so it's really just the size in which you slice your ingredients, just so they all achieve still a little bit of crunch, but have really taken on the flavour and the aromats that you've got in that pickling solution. And obviously, carrot being a little bit firmer, I'm going to slice that extra thin. And I'm just going to put a clove of garlic in as well. Okay, so there's our basic ingredients there for the pickle, and we'll arrange that on top of the Gravlax when it's cured. So we've got a little pickling spice that we're going to combine. So I've got just some dried bay leaves, some star anise, you got some cloves. It's very similar to an old-fashioned mustard pickle mix. Except we've got some junipers in there as well and some cardamom. Nice to just crack the pods slightly, just so they start releasing from those little cardamom seeds inside. I've got some lemongrass, some coriander seed and some fennel seed. So we've just got our aromatics going in there to infuse. We're going to add some salt to that, a little bit of sugar, just castor's fine. And I've got some vinegar, white wine or rice vinegar, works really well. Just a little bit of lemon zest in there, a little bit of thyme. And then I'll let that come to the boil, or just before, and then I'll leave it off to steep, just to infuse those flavours together. In a bowl here, put our ingredients that we've cut. And then we're going to tip our pickling solution. Okay, so we've got our side of salmon here that we've applied the cure, and I can really feel that that's gotten quite taut, the salmon, and really taken on a lot of those flavours of the lemon and the dill. And then just here we've got our pickled veg that we've had sitting off for probably close to 2 hours now. And you could do that well ahead of time, so that's not something that you want the stress of on the day. That's easy to do. So we're just going to basically slice this as thin as possible, just by using a drawing motion on the actual fillet itself. And once we've done that, you can just sort of start to lay that. So we just want to strain off our pickled vegetables. And they've really taken on a nice, really aromatic smell to them. We're just going to use these and just start to build them up and making like a really tasty, crunchy salad. You taste that, like it's still got a lot of the crunch to it. And the chilies haven't really overpowered anything. They've just given it a really nice warmth. And I've just got some beautiful little delicate leaves. So got some chervil, which has got a really nice, just slightly anise flavour to it. And this is locally grown as well. I've got some baby watercress, so it's just a little bit of curled cress. And of course, we've used the dill into the actual Gravlax mix that we've patted onto the salmon, but just bringing that back with some real freshness to the dish as well. We've got our vinaigrette that's had some onion and some pomegranate and some dill again infusing into it, and we're just going to just drizzle a little bit of that on. And there you go, a beautiful summery, even springtime dish. And there you go, that's our sort of salmon gravlax with pickled veg and a pomegranate dressing.